Warren Sapp here with VladTV, and I have a real treat for you today. One of the finest football players to ever grace a high school field, a college field, a professional field, 5-time Pro Bowler, gold jacket holder, Hall of Famer, a man that's known by his nickname, the Playmaker, Michael Irvin. Welcome, brother.
Hey, man, I'm happy to be here, big fella.
You remember that interview you did with me back when I was in Oakland? You went down to the list.
Absolutely.
I returned the favor.
And you said to me back then, you said, I will know when we are right, when we are on one beat, one accord. When that defense is on one beat, one accord, then we are right. Now, big fella, you know, because what you created in Tampa, second to none. You know what I mean?
No, second to none.
Right, because but you caught it. You caught it in the beginning. It's harder when you land on a spot and it's all. You know what I mean? You didn't create that culture.
A couple pieces there.
You know, yeah, and you trying to draw all of that together. It's serious business.
All right, we're gonna go back from the beginning and we'll get to the NFL field. You're 15 of 17 kids. In the great state of Florida, Pompano Beach. Don't say Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
You don't get away with Fort Lauderdale with me.
Lauderdale.
You don't get away with Fort Lauderdale with me.
And the people don't know. See, Pompano is the craziest, worst kind of brothers in the world. So when he said that, he messing with me because all the craziest brothers in the world are in Pompano. You know what I mean?
That and the whole crew, hey man, Pompano.
Crazy dudes in Pompano.
Talk about crazy. What's the craziest thing you saw growing up? And I think the craziest thing is you didn't have a television because I always tell people I only had 4 channels. NBC, ABC, CBS, and then Fox came around with Vern and the Kids Club.
And all of this that you live like today, look at how you can make your phone a remote control. Remote control? All you had was some grip pliers, tap on that little channel, and you had to turn the grip plier and then mess with that wire to try to get it right. Put the foil. I think, God Almighty, man.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
You had the one that had the knob that turned and it rotated.
I think about that all the time, big fella.
Oh.
Big fella, my master bedroom right now
the size of your whole house.
Is bigger than the whole house I grew
the whole
up
house
in.
Right
all 17 of us.
In your bedroom.
In that bedroom.
Now you can fit it in
which is mind blowing. They're like, and people don't, people think you're exaggerating, but that's the way it was. Like some of the people today, there's no way they could grow up.
They have no idea.
No idea.
No idea.
No idea.
All right. How did you get from Piper to St. Thomas?
Boy, big fella, that's a hell of a story right there.
That's what I'm here for.
That has stayed dark in my history forever. But I'm going to share it because you are my boy, big fella. Let me tell you, when I was going to Piper High School, I was just a rudderless boat. I was just with no direction. You know what I mean? And you're getting in trouble. I'm getting in trouble all the time. Getting suspended, getting kicked out of school, and then they bring you back. You play some ball, play football, basketball, varsity basketball when I was a sophomore, so you bring you back, you play, but then you get kicked out again, bring you back, you play, then you get kicked out again. My junior year, I was like, I gotta do something about this, man. Whatever I'm going to be, I gotta start being. So something went down, I got kicked out of Piper again. And a couple friends of mine, Tony Roberts, played basketball with him, and Daryl Sands, who lived up the street from me. They said, Michael, man, you should think about coming to St. Thomas. Like this high school they were going to.
I know.
They said, man, you got a talent, man. You just got to get some people around you that can help you. You should think about going to St. Thomas. I said, man, they said, just play summer ball with us. I didn't have school. I was as far as I know, I was done with school. I was like, I'm done with school. So I went and played ball with them, and we were all getting along great. I said, this is cool, man. They said, man, you need some people that can get around you and undergird you and help you, man. You can get somewhere. So I said, okay, take me over to let me meet everybody. And they took me over to St. Thomas. I met everybody, and I was like, wow, this is different. It was the first time, and there's no way I would be here today if I hadn't made that meeting or hadn't gone over there. It was the first time I saw kids my age. They all had a plan. Because this is a very affluent school.
Oh yeah, I know what it is.
You know what I mean? And their parents run every company or whatever in Fort Lauderdale. They run everything.
Yeah.
So these kids already have a set plan. And I'm sitting here like, whoa. Now, it was okay when I was at Piper, and I shouldn't be calling Piper. It was okay when I was at Piper because nobody had a plan. You didn't fill out a place. But at St. Thomas, everybody had a plan, and you felt out of place. I was like, wow, I got to put a plan together. And that's when I started putting the plan together. Okay, this is what I want to do. I studied business, got a degree in business and a minor in communications. I said, I'm gonna play ball and go do this for the rest of my life. This is what I wanted to do. But let me tell you something, St. Thomas was so great. St. Thomas said to me, they said, Michael, we know where you and your family are. We know what you guys, we understand how difficult it is. They said, all we want from you is to allow us to undergird you, help you, and support you. And all we say is don't forget us.
Ooh.
When you get to where we know you can be,
Don't forget.
don't forget us. And let me tell you how this went down now. Once I made the decision, I'm a junior in high school, made the decision that I'm gonna transfer to St. Thomas. Now, the old school Piper, who was kicking me out, throwing me out, now all of a sudden, they wanted me to come back.
There's an issue.
And they wouldn't sign the
There's
waiver.
an issue.
Wouldn't sign the waiver. And get this, dude, and I'm telling you, I never really told anybody. They took us to court. Sued me in the school for illegally recruiting. They said I was, and I'll never forget this, man. They said I was not smart enough. They told me that I was not smart enough to make that decision, to make that change for my academics. So they took us to court. And I'll never forget the picture in the paper. Me sitting in the court, and I'm kind of, ducking down. I remember I had the little afro pick in my back. And I remember reading that article, and I was like, wow, they don't think I'm smart enough to make this decision. Now, this is my junior year. I've been getting in trouble and getting kicked out of school. My dad said to me, he said, I'm so happy, man. I'm so proud of you for making this decision. Now you're trying to think about your future. So my dad was so proud, and he wanted to see it. We went to court. The judge ruled in their favor.
Piper.
In Piper's favor.
No way.
And he said, this is the ruling. He said, Michael, you can go back to Piper and play ball right now and do everything you're doing, or you can stay at St. Thomas and get your education and not play any ball. So my whole junior year, I couldn't play. I had to sit out. And my senior year, they moved me to wide receiver. That was the first year I ever played wide receiver.
No way.
I was a defensive end and a tackle. And
You
all
were hunting the quarterback?
Man, what do you think I got that patented head slap from? That was that defensive end.
Yeah, that's that
Get out of
head.
here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you get hit up in the
Yes,
head. So that was my first time. They put me at wide receiver, man, my senior year. So, and I broke every record at wide receiver, but that's the first time I ever played wide receiver. Thank God for St. Thomas. I would have been trying to make it as a defensive end in the NFL.
Your dad passed when you were 17. He didn't see you senior year.
My dad passed through all of this. When I was going through it all, we were going back and forth to court. My dad said to me, my dad had gotten real sick. Sapp, he had gotten brain and throat tumor. And I was, sophomore, junior high school. I just got my little restrictions. He said to me, he said, son, he said, you're going to be the one to drive me to and from the doctor. And I drove him all the time to and from the doctor, man. But those were some of the greatest conversations we've ever had, And he was really sick. I mean, the brain and throat tumor was playing all kind of tricks on him. Like one day, this leg would be big and this leg would be small. And then the next day, this leg would be big. It was the hardest thing to watch. One time, my sisters were getting in an argument, and my dad tried to take control of the house like he always did, tried to stand up, like, hey, y'all. And his hip broke. And I had to take him to the doctor. And I remember sitting in the room with him, and he said to the doc, he said, Doc, how much longer? And the doc said, is the pain that great? He said, the physical pain I can take. The pain of my family seeing me like this, because he couldn't take control of the family anymore. I was like, whoa, this man here has to be in all kinds of pain, and I'm spending all kind of time with him driving, so I knew what kind of pain he was in. But at that moment, all he was thinking about is his family. And I'm out here screwing around with everything, messing up everything. I was like, wow.
Acting a donkey.
And he was telling me, he said, I'm so happy you changed. I'm so happy you glad you made the decision to switch. 3 days before my first game at Piper, my senior year, I was over at the hospital visiting him. He said to me, he said, son, he was a pastor. He said, son, I feel I'm going home on the morning train. He said, I want you to promise you always take care of your mom.
Yeah.
I said, I'll take care of my mom. He said, I'm so proud of you. I said, yeah, we're going to be fine. And I thought he was just talking. But about 4 a.m. that morning, they called and said, your father has expired. That's the words they got. Because I answered the phone. I answered the phone. They said, your father has expired. I remember leaving the house and running. I lived maybe 6-7 miles from St. Thomas. All I remember was they found me on the football field. My mom, head coach, Father Leo from St. Thomas. They found me on the football field, and I was just out there just thinking about it because I never had a chance to play my junior year. Now my dad was gone, so I think, I told him I'm gonna take care of my mom. I had to get a job. There was a time to get a job. And my mom and my coach, we were sitting out there, and he said, my mom said to me, baby, I said, Coach, I just gotta get a job. I gotta get a job and help out. I promised my dad. And my mom said, baby, whatever you get and whatever you're gonna do ain't gonna help. She said, how you can help is focus on what you gotta do here in school and play your best ball and get us out of this damn ghetto. My mom always said to me all my life, she said, when she got pregnant with me, I swear, my sisters and brothers used to be so mad at me. She said, when I got pregnant with you, baby, I was just crying. I'm the 15th of 17 kids. I said, well, you were happy? She said, I didn't want any more kids. She said, but when I was in church, she's a primitive Baptist, she said, God put his arms around me and said, Pearl, this will be the one that will make your latter days greater than your former days. I swear to you, big fella, on everything I know and on and all my kids, my mom must have said that to me 20 million times.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I remember. She said, baby, you're going to make my latter days better than my former days. And big fella, we went everywhere.
Working.
And it did.
Working.
We went everywhere.
All right. So now we
Super Bowls, Hall of
everything,
Fame,
3 of it, 4
Pro
years.
Bowls, all
everything.
of it. We went everywhere.
I took my mama to 31 or 32 stadiums.
Right.
That's
all
what we do.
Right. And it was her and my Aunt Fanny. And let me tell you what these
Mine
jokers
and
would
my
do.
Aunt Ola.
Right.
Yeah, they got the road dogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this to y'all because you get a lot of Super Bowl tickets when you get a Super Bowl. And you get like a tickets.
You call a couple of them things off.
Well, I'm just saying. So I would always go to the Super Bowl with me about 150 cash and put it in the safe deposit box. And I would always grab my mom and my Aunt Fanny. I said, baby, come on, y'all come down. I get them a suite. And I open it up. I said, y'all need something? Hey, y'all go. Reach in there, give them a big stack. Give them a stack like that. I said, y'all shop like this all week.
Go handle your business.
At the end of the week, them jokers, they come up to me. They said, baby, we had a great time. We spent all the money. I said, y'all need some more? I said, take some more when you go home. I open that drawer.
Take some
They get some more. They go, dude, I get the credit card bill. Them jokers put everything on the charge.
On the credit card, the cash at the house.
So yeah, they kept the cash both times.
Cash all the time, every time.
That was all kind of money, though, man. But you know what? That was some of the greatest days of my life. I knew they was ripping me, but that's just.
But that's what you allowed.
They deserve
That's what you allowed.
They deserve it. I was like, they deserve it. My mom, man, brought in all them kids, man. She done raised just her 17. She raised all my nieces and nephews. You know how that is. So man, I trip when I see people today. I say people, I won't be direct. But I'm like, they argue or going crazy. I don't know what to do with 2 or 3 kids. I'm like, man, mama, we had nothing. And she made it work.
2 by the headboard, 2 by the foot. You flipped. What are you talking about?
You got a fan. We got a fan. We got a boys' room and a girls' room.
Yep.
You got to get up in the morning early. We got the fan. You got to call it the first person up. And I was always the one that had to go steal the fan because it gets hot. It's Florida. And it's getting hot here. Man, go get the fan. I'm like, man, I ain't going to get that fan, man. They going to catch me. Man, go get the fan.
the fan.
Man, I got my ass whooped so many
So many
times trying to
times.
steal that fan, bitch.
No, you the little dog, you get so many
And
ass
I
whoopers.
said, when I get big, y'all ain't gonna be able to
Y'all
do
gonna-
this.
y'all gonna be able to do this to me.
Man,
I'm the baby of 6. See, I ain't down 15, I'm 17, but then last 6.
You know,
You don't get no wins in the house.
you don't get anything.
None.
You don't get anything.
None, except orders.
Right.
That's what
Orders.
you get, and you follow
I
it.
can't tell how many times I got whooped by my sisters because, you know, you didn't have much. So these cereal, you ate going before you go to school. Don't come on, this is for tomorrow morning.
That's tomorrow.
I come home from school. I'm
I'm
growing
hungry.
boy. What do you mean? Man,
hungry.
I sneak them cereal, man. I go eat them cereal, and they whoop my butt. But and my mama would always come on. Y'all stop hitting my baby. I told y'all he's special baby. You know, I mean, she made it harder on me.
Real
with all
hard.
of that. Yeah,
Real hard.
But I miss her, man. I miss her so much.
Oh, yeah. There ain't nothing like it.
I miss her and my father.
Well, now we gotta, of course. Now let's go to the University of Miami. Jimmy Johnson.
You know what, dog? Listen, let me tell you. I didn't want. I was thinking about. I wanted to go to Indiana because Coach Sullivan was there. This coach that brought me out, that took me to Indiana Skills Camp. I wanted to go there. LSU. I visited Syracuse. I visited Pitt, Michigan State. Every time I talked about a school that I wanted to go to, because I really wanted to get away from
home.
I wanted to get away from home. Every time I said, man, I really like Syracuse. I'm gonna visit Syracuse. I visit LSU. Coach Smith at St. Thomas said, in Miami. I said, Coach, why do you keep saying Miami? Why do I have to visit Miami? And he said, because I promised your dad I'm gonna take care of you. And he just left. You need to be close to your mom. And he just kept saying, in Miami, in Miami. Miami was the last place. Because I really I just felt like, hey, you still right here. You didn't really do nothing big. You didn't go big. You still home.
You home.
You know what I mean? But he just kept saying, in Miami. And then Snellenberger, we're playing a basketball game at St. Thomas. Snellenberger comes and lands the helicopter on the football field and comes to the game.
With that corn pipe.
Right. And everybody out there. And now it's over.
It's over.
Now I'm going to Miami.
It's over. You definitely going to Miami.
You either go to
You
Miami
definitely going to
or you
Miami.
get your whole family
you
and get out.
Everybody
That's what get away. Wherever you go,
better pack them all up. You better take them all with you.
I'm like, no, we're going to Miami.
We're going to Miami.
We're going to Miami.
Snellenberger done showed up with that corn pipe, baby.
And then, you know, and Snelly was turning it over. Like it was turning around. So if you didn't follow Snelly, you risk your blackness. You gonna lose your black. What? Oh,
Yeah, he was in the hood.
Snelly
Yeah,
coming in.
he was going
If
in
he could turn
overtime.
it, if he could turn it around, because you remember you see the documentary where they said I was going in all the inner cities, getting all the brothers. So now everybody caught wind of it. So now they were like, no, we all got to go here so he can come and get the rest of these brothers. So if you didn't go to Miami, it was like you losing your blackness and you're letting down all these brothers coming behind you.
Your family not allowed to be in
was
South
the
Florida.
only one coming in here with you crazy Negroes. Now let's go with Snelly. That's exactly what they said. I was like, oh, okay,
So
I get it.
he go, and then Jimmy comes.
You're right, Jimmy, and I never got coached by Snellenberg.
That's what I'm saying.
He coached me.
Yeah, he got you to get there.
And my first day in school, I'm coming in from the ghetto. I was like, listen, dog, I'm telling y'all right now, man, I ain't got nothing, ain't never had nothing, and I'm here to get something. I'm not here to play around with all this bull y'all doing now. I'm telling you right now. And the first day I get there, they want to put me through something. We walk on the training table. Dude, I ain't never seen this kind of food in my life on that training table. And they were playing with the rookies, with the freshmen. Like, hey, freshman, sit back there. So just wait on up. I said, dude, y'all see this, man? That's a real steak, man. We can pick any one of them. To get anything, I said, oh, God. And I couldn't wait. And the linemen were like, freshman, stay back. And they were just talking. They were just messing with us. I creep right on. I said, hey, give me that steak right there, and them potatoes right there. They said, freshman, what are you doing? I said, well, y'all were talking. They said, get your butt back. And this dude pushed me. He was a senior offensive guard. He pushed me. I said, oh, this dude just touched me and pushed me. And then he turned around and told her, give me that steak. The same damn steak I asked for. Oh, it was over.
It's on now.
It was over. I took that tray, cracked him across his head, bam, caught him in his jaw, and went to stomping him. Man, they pulled me off that dude and sent me to Coach Johnson. And Coach Johnson looked at me, he said, son, what's going on, son? He said, you can't be fighting your own team. Right. I said, Coach, no. He said, son, listen, son. Listen. He said, I know you've been through a lot. And I know you just lost your father. Coach Smith told me everything. He said, listen, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for you. I'll be here with you. But we can't have this. He said, now let me tell you what I'm going to do. He said, I'm going to suspend the lineman. I'm going to suspend the other guy because he's a senior and he should have known better. And he suspended him, put me back on the team. Jimmy, last year, when he got his Hall of Fame ring, and he was in the stadium. That's the first time he had been back in Dallas since he left. Really, first time he really got his glory for what he did here, winning those Super Bowls. And I was standing in back of him because they had all the Hall of Famers on the field. He was getting his Hall of Fame ring. Yeah. And I was standing in the back of me, Emmett Troy, and of course Chucky right there. And I just kept crying, man. I kept crying. Because all my years, I've never seen Coach Johnson as happy as he was that day.
Nice.
And I sat there and thought about what I just shared with you. I said, all them damn, none of this would have happened if Coach would have done what he's supposed to do and sent my black ass home. Sent me back to the ghetto. Like, dude, you can't be coming here and fight. Because that wasn't even the only fight. You know, a couple weeks later, I get in a fight with a linebacker. You know, we playing music in the weight room. Because it was our time, it was freshman time. They come in early and switch the music. I said, whoa. You know, do you like me? He's like, that music put me to sleep. I said, well, go to sleep. But right now we're in freshman hour. This hour. And the dude pushed me. And we went upstairs. We had a meeting room in front of everybody. Coach said, damn it, we can't be doing it. We're not going to be fighting. I'm scalding hot. This dude now pushed me. I ain't hear nothing Coach said. Nothing he said. I swear to you, Warren. Oh, Coach called us down. He said, Michael, I want you and George down here, right here to shake hands. Let me tell you something. I walked up to him. Hey, I ain't hear nothing he said the whole while. When I walked in that mug, George was right there. He came in front of the whole team. I was like, I handed him my left hand. He handed me his left hand. I held this. Wow. Dude. And he was stumbling. I said, wow, you ain't going nowhere. Stop. Broke his jaw. Put him out. I put him out. I put him out. Coach called me back in the room again. He said, son. He looked at me, he said, hey. He's a huge boxing fan. He used to always bring Ali and all those guys around, talk about what his been champ. He looked at me and said, Michael, really trying to help you, son. Have you ever thought about boxing? That's what the hell are you talking about? What are you saying? You know, he's like, yeah, you got quite a right there. You got right. Like we said, Mike, son, I'm trying to be here for you, but you can't be fighting our team. You know what I mean? And I thought about it when he was getting that ring. Any one of them times, man, he should have sent me home. And I don't know if any of that would have happened. But he didn't send me home. He did not send me home, man. And all of that did happen. We won Super Bowls, championships in Miami, Super Bowls here. Yeah. You know, he was a godsend for me. He was a godsend.
Yeah, 3 championships in 4 years. Let's go to the end. 1999, the year of the Sapp, and the place I started my career. Yeah. You know, my first game was in the vet, the for who, for what game, when Ricky Waters would say, get knocked out, for who, for what? Yeah. And then I'm sitting there, it's October the 10th, and you know I'm a Cowboy fan back in the day, and you know I tell everybody, Cowboy fans, I was knee-high to a jackrabbit. Not no more. Now I'm just a buck and a raider to the day I die. But I'm sitting there watching that, and that day when they went to cheering on your way out, I'm like, these raggedy.
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
That
was a hell of a day. That was a hell of a moment too. Now, you know, it's so funny too, man. I don't know, and I felt funny because I left the house that day, you know, and it was so funny. And I had been rambunctiously crazy out there, wilding out. And I'll never forget telling my wife, you know, baby, when I retire, I'm gonna really focus on God. When there's no more football, I'm gonna really spend some time and focus on you and God. We're gonna really get it right. I said that to her the week before I left for the Philly game. I was playing with my son the day before I left. And he was like, Dad, throw one more throwing ball. I said, we'll do it when I get back. I get to Philly, just a simple slant route.
That's it.
It was a simple slant route.
1,000 times.
Right. It ran it 1,000 times, hit my head, goes in, temporarily paralyzed. You know, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You want to hear some fear. When you see somebody and because they doing something to my legs.
You can't.
Right. And they're like, you don't feel that. You feel that? I said, no. They couldn't hide.
Oh,
They couldn't even hide. I saw it on their face, which I mean,
scared the hell out of you.
Right, was scared the hell out of me. I was
like when you're on the flight attendant to get that look.
Yeah, right. I said, oh my God, man. And and they took me to the hospital that night. And I would never forget the Eagles owner, Lurie, came by the hotel, and his lips were, he was shaking because he came by to apologize for the fans. And I wanted to free him. I said to him, when he came in the room, I said, hey, thanks for coming by. I said, but you don't need to apologize. I said, them people were not cheering because I was hurt. They were cheering because I was destroying their ass for years. I said, they got no problem with it. It ain't like they hated me. And it wasn't like I was destroying their ass quietly. I was like, hey, you man, I told you, take that way, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, and it's so funny now. Philly, when I go they love me in Philly. They love me. They
Same
said,
thing with me.
It's
like only thing if we had you.
You could have been an Eagle.
Oh,
they always tell me that. Because they're just passionate.
That's all that is.
They're passionate people, and
you
can deal with it. I was like, it's so crazy, man. It's funny.
All right. Rookie year. No, not a rookie year in Dallas. We finna get to it because I think I done got it.
That was a hell of a thing, my rookie year, dog. Because see, I think about it now. I'm leaving Miami. I'm leaving St. Thomas. I don't remember.
You winning?
I don't remember last time.
You don't know nothing about them losing.
Dude. Whoo. Big fella.
Was the answer in the bottom? Because that's what I learned in Tampa.
Dude.
Because I had lost 5 games in 4 years when I got to Tampa. And they had 10 years of double-digit losses.
What the hell is going on around?
And they not giving a damn. Some of them.
That right there. That right there. I was boo-hoo crying. I'm talking about, shit. I'm talking about really crying for real. I mean, tears.
Literally.
And I can't tell you how many jokers came by me. Hey.
That check gonna be there.
It's the pros.
That check
it's the NFL. Yeah. We don't do that.
Yeah,
we check on Tuesday.
Check on Tuesday. Check on Tuesday.
I mean, this is the NFL. Dude, they're busting my ass to get here, and this is what you do. Boy, I almost scored. I almost said that in. This what y'all doing?
Yes.
This what y'all talking about?
That's all it was.
I knew. I had already knew. This was my first year in Dallas. I will tell you this. I graduated. After all I went through and all that school said that I didn't have enough smarts to make that decision. I ended up graduating after my junior year in college, my junior year of eligibility, with a BMO, Business Management Organization degree. I decided I'm going to the NFL. Now, back then, in order to go early, you had to graduate.
Yes.
But me graduating early also gave me some power. Remember, Bernie Kosar did it. So I was like, okay. All teams knew you had to call me before you draft me. Or I could drop a class, go back to summer school, reapply for a draft. You're going to lose the draft choice, and I'm throwing in a supplemental draft. So you have to call me to talk before you draft me. I'll never forget. Green Bay called, because Raiders took 10 with the 5th pick.
Uh-huh.
Green Bay had the 7th pick. Green Bay called with the 7th pick. We now, we the brokest brothers in the world. Nobody is as poor as us. And I know the right word is P-O-O-R, it's poor. But when you were so poor like us, you couldn't even afford that. Although no, you just said we poor and left it at that. We were poor. And we were in the house, right? And Green Bay called, and we all sitting there. I was like, Green Bay?
Hey, nobody got no jacket in here.
Ain't nobody going to no Green Bay. And I was like, I appreciate it, but I don't think so. And Green Bay said, you sure we're thinking about getting you right here? I just don't think so. And the whole house started, no way, Green Bay. No, because, they looking at you like an annuity. They waiting on you. Oh, they waiting on you.
We get out of this.
So holler, no way, Green Bay. But before we went to the draft, Jimmy had already talked to me. Jimmy said, listen, Jimmy, my mind was I wanted to go to New York, L.A., the Rams. I'm going to the Rams. The Rams in L.A. Norv Turner was visiting with me the week of the draft. They were going to draft me regardless. They were going to draft me. And then ultimately, Norv did come and be my offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he did.
So when we won those Super Bowls with Norv, and he was like, man, we were going to get you. But Jimmy told me before I went to the draft, Jimmy said, listen, Dallas is thinking about drafting you. And he said, listen, let me tell you something. None of that shit with Dallas. I said, what do you mean, coach? He said, I understand what you're doing, but none of it with Dallas. He said, I have an Oriole friend who's about to buy the Dallas Cowboys. I may be joining you next year. I said, okay, coach, are you serious? He said, I'm telling you, he's about to buy the Dallas Cowboys. I may be joining. That's between us. But none of that. Dallas ain't even called me. They just drafted. I said, wait. I did all this work. You don't take my power away. They just drafted me. They were like, hey, Michael. I said, anybody called me and give me this power? But I had no issue with Dallas.
That was a lovely scene on the couch.
That was lovely. Yeah, that was lovely. And Dallas was my dad's favorite team. He wore fedora hat. Dog, I can't tell you how many times we sat in that room and watched football together. And he would always say to me, son, one day I'm going to make enough money and take you to those games. I'm going to take you to one of the games. Take you to one of the. He never did. He never made them more expensive. And I think what's so crazy now, they are expensive. What's so crazy now? Now I get to go to all the games, and they paying me to go. You know what I mean? And we couldn't go. We couldn't go. I did the show the other day, the Cowboys. I said to Drew, I said, and I shared this story with people. I said, my dad never saw me play. Never saw me play. Never saw me in Little League, middle school. He's 17 kids. He had to be working. He ain't gonna take off work to come to no Little League football game. You know what I mean? Because I was playing on weekdays.
Yeah.
All of them are weekdays. Even high school, you're playing on Friday. They're hey, wait, look, man. We working for real from sun up to sundown when you're doing roofs. So he never got a chance to play. But I did watch him with Roger and Drew. And then, I mean, I've seen him be so epic, jumping up and down when Drew make a play. I told Drew and Roger, I said, my dad never saw me play, but every time I caught a pass wearing number 88, I would visualize what he would look like when we were watching Roger and Drew. And I would just assess and put one of those celebrations I see him do with one of my catches in my own head. You know what I mean? Like, damn, when he did
that's what he'd be doing.
That's what he'll be doing. It's the only connection that I had with my father. Because he never saw me play.
Sitting there watching football.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great, fella. It was great.
Okay. We in Dallas. What the hell is going on in Dallas?
When I first got here too, man,
what the hell is going on in Dallas?
The first day, they put this big old paper, and I was on the front page, they said, new sheriff in town. Tom Landry had never drafted anybody with an earring, and certainly that big old Dookie rope that I had on. So they were basically saying, we don't take you hooligans. You hooligans over here. You hooligans. We don't take y'all over here.
Calm down.
Hey, and they were all on text. Shram, like, why would you drive him? I remember text saying, listen, folks, just relax. This kid right here is going to accelerate our return to the living. If you relax. I came in talking so much shit. I'm the baddest dude in the world. We won't always the Super Bowl. I can catch a BB in the dog, turn out the lights and shoot a BB gun. And then I went to camp and dropped every damn thing they threw. Everything. I was like, what the hell is going on? Everything they dropped. I dropped. I went and got my hands checked, my eyes checked. Wasn't nothing wrong with nothing but my confidence. I had to get it back right. You know what I'm saying?
All.
I thought about that when Jamar Chase went through that last year. You know, when he was dropping everything, I said, man, he just got to settle in. It's just his confidence.
Just relax.
Just his confidence.
You can't catch that ball when you tense.
You can't.
You got to relax.
You can't catch. You got to relax.
You got
That's
to relax.
The worst thing.
Yeah.
You cannot catch it when you're tense.
There's no way. And then we played in a time without these damn balls stopping spinning gloves that they play with.
And You get tense up because these jokers hitting you for
They
real.
hitting you.
Ain't no you're an unprotected player. No. You finna be
It's
a
called a
destroyer
bang 8
player.
for a reason.
Right. And they could do that. And they don't do it now. But yeah, it was different then.
Yeah, a whole different game. A whole different game and a different Dallas Cowboys. Y'all ain't got no quarterback right now. Week 1, the National Football League.
Crazy right now.
No, the only team that don't score touchdowns is the Dallas Cowboys, man. Come on.
And then you lose your quarterback.
No. But your quarterback didn't play in the preseason.
And see, that's the whole thing, though. This whole
How do you get
NFL
prepared for this game and don't play
it's not
this game?
it's not just Dak. I mean,
A bunch of them do it.
everybody's doing it.
Aaron Rodgers did it and went out there and played like trash.
Right. And Aaron Rodgers, they never played with none of these guys, man. Do you know what kind? I was thinking about that. Like if I'm that receiver and I'm playing with the GOAT, this dude here.
That's the only ball I want to catch it from.
I don't disappoint him. And he's already called me out in training camp. We can't get no game reps.
None.
Do you know how nervous you will be in that game? That's why Watson dropped that ball.
You never seen a ball come from him.
But that's why he dropped the ball. And I was like, wow, man. And that play could have changed the whole game.
Changed it.
It could have.
Come on, now we got confidence. You got confidence.
Right.
We got a
Everybody's feeling good.
Everybody's feeling great right now.
Right. And that
The rookie gonna catch it.
That little thing right there could take over your team. And they didn't make that play.
And then we look at Pat Mahomes. They say somebody rated him the 8th best quarterback this weekend.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm having an issue with these analytical people.
Wait. Let me get my little piece in there first.
Okay.
I saw where they had Mahomes. I also saw where they had Kirk Cousins. People robbed me, raped me, molested me because I picked Kirk Cousins as my projected MVP. They went off. Kirk Cousins was set. He was 2 behind Josh Allen.
Okay, Josh was 1.
Josh Allen was 1, and Kirk was 2. In this business, you win week by week. I said, oh, y'all thought I was crazy, but my MVP is number 2 right now. You see what I'm saying? It's week by week. And let me tell you why. I only picked him because when I talked to Justin Jefferson, he told me, dude, I'm about to go off. I'm doing what Cooper Kupp did. I'm moving everywhere. They throwing me everything. He said, Mike, I'm going to break all that records. I'm going to break all that stuff Cooper Kupp did last time. I said, really? Okay, thank you.
Well, the quarterback
I said, Kirk Cousins. Somebody got to throw him the damn ball.
Somebody got to throw him the ball.
It's going to be Kirk Cousins.
It's got to be Kirk
You know
Cousins.
what I mean? And it went crazy. But watch it. Watch this out. Watch it throughout the year. Because Justin Jefferson's a different dude.
Oh, no.
That's that coach I told you, that same coach I told you about that took me out of Fort Lauderdale, that took me to Indiana, that I wanted to follow, but then went to Cincinnati with Sam White, Coach Justin and Jamar Chase. And I talk to him every year. He's coach all his receivers that comes out working out door. I talk to him all the time. I said, what, you got any new guys coming up with? He said, man, let me tell you about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. This is before they hit the scene. Yeah. He said, Michael, in all my years of coaching, I had never seen another receiver as competitive as you until I met Justin Jefferson. And he said, I said, what? He said, I'm telling you, this dude is as competitive as you. And he said, I work with Jamar Chase also. He said, this kid is the most talented kid I ever saw, skill-wise. He said, the best thing that ever happened to Jamar Chase was being around Justin Jefferson. Ooh. Because he said, Jamar always had the skill, but now he was working to match Justin Jefferson's will. And that was going to take him to another level. Yeah. Just being around, I said, oh, really, man? And I'm getting this before these guys get here trying to put it together so I can try to project and sound like I'm some kind of seer, a prophet. Let me tell you, when this boy come here, he's going to be bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I've been already doing the chase.
But the 2 quarterbacks that they had, you couldn't make them.
Right.
That's the key.
Right. But no, with Justin, I was worried about his system because Zim wanted to be defense over there. Tim wanted to be different.
Slow this thing down.
And there's nothing like a team that's been hamstrung by a defensive-minded coach. Now getting an offensive-minded coach and the freedom they feel is incredible. So I put it together. I said, okay, Minnesota's going to have a good year. Justin Jefferson's going to have a great year. And that by way, Kirk Cousins will also.
He'll be right there. The $20 million receiver.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, well, 20 is a bargain now. They ain't gone to 30. And you speak about Dallas, that was our issue. That's the one thing I wish they would have considered a little bit longer. Like $20 million for Amari Cooper right now is a bargain. It's a bargain. You know, you're Kristen Kirkman making $20 million. Ain't Kristen Kirkman, there ain't no Amari Cooper. Get your ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? Stop it.
Stop it,
So
right?
that's where we just slept. I wish we'd have kept Amari. Yeah.
Because now you have a number one that understands a number one and a number two that's a number two.
Right.
That balance.
But now, and to this, let me speak to CD, because CD, you know, people now, after last week's game, they say, oh, is he a true number one? Is he a true number one? Is he really number one? Because, you know, he let them balls go, only caught 2 passes. And listen, I say to people, listen, man, there are things you got to learn when you become a number one.
It's a whole different look.
Right. And CD doesn't, people gonna always be around. Ain't no more space for you. On Wednesday, when they come in that defense, they put 88 on the board. So even when they playing zone, ain't nobody around them, they running towards
running that way. I can't be wrong on that way.
I saw this in the game, because, you know, a couple times he dropped the ball. There were 3 or 4 people around him. And I said, he just doesn't understand. See, the body has natural defense mechanisms. There's nothing you can do about it. So your body's going to tighten up if it's threatened and feeling something. It ain't even about your courage. Your body's going to just...
It's a natural reaction.
And just like you said earlier, the worst thing you can do trying to catch a pass is tighten up. Because the ball hits your hand, it's going to fall off. Or like what he did...
Don't go through.
It went right through his hand because he was so
tense.
He didn't squeeze it.
Exactly,
man. And I was like, man, he has to learn. Like I had to learn. I was like, I'm catching these balls on my body. I'm not gonna put, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we played a contact.
It takes, right.
And it was a hit coming.
And see, you don't even have to worry about the hit.
Getting hit.
So just
catch the damn ball.
But you can't control that natural defense mechanism.
Amari Cooper ain't here. Is Cam Newton coming?
I wouldn't mind Cam. There people coming to me asking me, man, even on first take, Michael, y'all go, why don't y'all go sign college? Stop talking to me about going to sign Colin Kaepernick. I had risking losing all of my blackness. Leave that shit alone. I'm sick of it. Stop. This dude hasn't played ball in 5 years, man. I need somebody to play quarterback that has seen a live NFL blitz within the last 3 years.
Within the last 3 years.
I hate to bring it up, but I will, and they'll get mad at me now. Did you see what Deshaun Watson looked like? And he was only out for a year.
Hello. He
did not look like Deshaun. He was better before he left than Colin ever was. And he came back after only 1 year, and he was struggling.
Oh, no. This game does not suffer you.
Right. You can't, it ain't waiting on nothing. It don't wait on nothing, dog.
100+ years, man. It is going to run.
It ain't wait on, you remember you said when we were on TV, the fastest learner,
the fastest adapting amoeba on the NFL is the NFL defense.
In the world.
The NFL defense.
Whatever you got coming.
We've already adjusted.
They're going to figure it out
We've already got it.
So you get it this week. You get this week. But I guarantee you, they're going to figure it out next week.
Oh, it's over. Next week, you got to come up with a new play.
And that's the truth, man. That's the truth. And you got
fastest adjusting organism on the face of God.
And now imagine,
you've
been away from 5 years. And this thing keep adjusting and getting
faster.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Just stop it, man. Y'all, please stop it. I love him. I appreciate what he stood for and all that. But damn it, I don't want him quarterbacking my team. Stop the madness. And I know as black as I am, I may not be black anymore. But that's okay. Just don't bring him on my team.
Don't bring Colin over here.
Don't bring him on
Don't bring him over here.
Stop playing with him.
Cam ain't do nothing when he was in New England last year. I got his stats, 54%.
He didn't do anything throwing the ball.
He can't throw.
But we ain't got nobody to throw to anyway. I'm going to just wear his body out. Give your boy that.
Give me all you give it to Dak. Get back.
Some dirty
give me all you can give it to Dak.
I ain't even trying to save you.
He got 17. He got 17 rush touchdowns in the last 2 years.
I ain't trying to save you. Let's hit it. Because I want to slow the game down anyway.
Yeah.
I want to slow the game down.
Slow it down. Score defense.
That's it. Let's slow it down.
Yeah, play that defense you got.
That's exactly what I would take Cam. I'll take Ryan Fitzpatrick off the damn TV set. You know what I mean? I'll take Cam, Ryan Fitzpatrick. But damn Damn it, don't bring up no Colin Kaepernick.
I got it.
Stop that right now.
I got something else that might get your blood boiling. Deion Sanders had a comment about the hall being easy to get in.
Yeah, and I didn't see the comment, but I understand what he's saying.
I understood what he said too. But we live by a creed that once you got your gold jacket, we don't discuss how you got there.
Right, it is. But to be truthful, and time is, he's not lying.
No.
He's not lying. But he the way he's saying it, he's just sharing the reality. The Hall of Fame has made a conscious effort to get more visible. Well, in order to do that, you have to put in some more contemporaries. People that people know, you know what I'm saying? And not just have all, you got to get more, get all the old people that nobody knows if you're going to promote it. And yeah, I believe the Hall of Fame has tried to complete both goals.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And help raise it up. And I like that they're trying to do it. But I understand what Deion is saying also.
Yeah, I did too.
It does. It seems like it's easier for everybody except damn wide receivers.
Boy, have you seen that list?
Why they don't mess with receivers?
Or Devin Hester, the greatest kick returner ever.
I don't know how he ain't in the Hall of Fame, dude.
They're driving me crazy with this list, man.
Let me figure this out. How the hell is Devin Hester
the greatest kick returner we've ever had?
By far.
It ain't even funny.
It ain't even close.
I mean, ridiculous.
And now that is what messed up the Hall.
That's what
okay, you let a few guys get in, don't get in.
That's fine.
Or that's on the borderline. That's on board. I wouldn't say don't get in, but it's on board. I can take that.
But please.
But if you when it's 1-on-1 and you keep him out, what the hell are you doing? It's 1-on-1 here, and you're keeping this dude out. That makes no sense to me.
No. That's what got me.
Yeah, and
the receiver list is piling up. Now you done throw Andre Johnson in with Torrey Holt, Hines Ward, Anquan Boldin, and a whole list of them that got 70, 80,000 catches. I mean, 13, 14,000 yards. I mean, all kind of. It's unbelievable, man.
And it's unbelievable. Now, and it's so funny you talk about all those guys because it makes you think about T.O. and T.O. He had to wait those 3 years. And he,
Chris Carter waited 6 with 130 touchdowns.
Right. And that's insane.
You waited 5, didn't you?
I waited 3. I waited 3.
Yeah, that is. We changed the game.
Wait a minute, though. Let me say this. I didn't catch as many passes as Chris Carter. I didn't catch as many passes as T.O. But my damn passes led to 3 Super Bowls. I wasn't doing dirty work at the end of the day. I was winning.
You wasn't on that 9-17.
So I ain't saying they should be kept out. But damn it, I gave you 3. I had to wait 3 years. I tried to tell T.O. this when he's like, man, so I ain't going. I said, man, don't do this, man. I said, this ain't even about these writers. This ain't got nothing to do with the writers.
No.
I said, let me tell you. I said, T.O., I love your fight, but you got to know who to fight. And you ain't fighting right. Those writers don't mean nothing.
Not there.
The Hall, I said, you want to go here, man. You want to show up.
Brothers.
You want to put your name up there. And it ain't about the writers. It's about your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandkid walking through here and seeing his name.
And pushing that button and you coming to life.
Said, what's in him is in me.
Yes.
And you're inspiring them from your grave. Stop talking about this. Stop messing with these jokers, man.
Come on
Let
up.
them jokers go. Come on over here, man. Right. Come on in,
it's a good time.
Be a part of it. Right.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about what are you leaving to inspire them that's coming behind you.
The distance a man travel.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what it's always
That's
about.
what
the
I'm talking
distance
about, right
travel.
That's what
no
I'm talking
TV, dirt road.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm so blessed now though when you think back to where we came from.
Every day blessed.
I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, it's crazy. I'm blown away with it. When I think about, man, I ate cereal with water. I still do, because we couldn't afford the milk.
Do you remember
I still do.
They had that powder milk and they talking about mixing it up. That was the worst. I'd rather just have straight water. That powder does not make milk.
Or you remember opening the door, back then they had the government cheese.
That Reagan cheese,
welfare cheese.
box.
That old thick It was just
a block.
A block.
And then you had to chop off about that much just to get to
You can't cut it thin and say you're like,
you
every time you cut it, this side,
that side
and then
thicker,
this side,
about that thick.
Right. He be trying to, goddamn.
Ain't
And I cooked it. I put it in there, and I'm watching the cheese. The cheese like, I ain't melting. I'm like, come on, cheese, what the hell's going on? What kind of cheese that? I ain't melting it. I come from government. I ain't melting it. I'm just trying to melt cheese.
Flipping, steady bashing.
Right, you man, that cheese don't go nowhere,
that cheese
man.
don't go nowhere,
I was
boy.
like, wow. Wow, man.
As you sit here now, 56 years old.
56 years
If you can go back to the beginning, any point, is there something you change?
Dude, listen. Every morning I get up, I get dressed, I go in my closet, I go in my office, I go in my bedroom, the closet, and I look at all this jewelry I bought. You know what I think about? If I could just go back and whoop that young joker's ass for spending my money on this jewelry. Like, what the hell?
What is all this shit?
Here? What did I do? What was I thinking about? You know what I'm saying?
You know you can melt it down.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it. I don't know. I won't melt it in that because I feel like that's what people do when they get desperate and hurting for money.
You just keep looking at it, talking, I want to go back and whoop your back Irvin's ass for all the jewelry that he bought.
I guess he thought he had to buy it all to get to where he wanted to get the
or whatever it was.
Or whatever it was.
Tell me this. You got that NFL thing? I think I still got mine. You know, we first get that NFL shield. I think I still got my shield. I look at that shield, I always say the shit.
Right.
I said I would never buy that damn thing, and I still bought one.
And now it's so funny because you wanted everybody to know you were in the NFL. Now you just try to creep through it.
You try to creep through it. Don't want nobody to see here. I just want to watch the game or go to the movies and do whatever we do.
It was so funny.
Unbelievable.
It's a different world.
It's a different world.
It's good times.
Brother, I want to thank you for sitting down with me.
It were good times, though, big fella. We had some good times.
Good times. And it ain't stopped. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. We done.
We've been so blessed.
We've
been blessed because both of us, we were able to do it in college and then go replicate what we had in college in our pro teams.
In the pros.
And as we said, that's not an easy task.
No.
That's not an easy task.
No, especially when you're looking at 1 and 15 and what I was doing in Tampa, boy.
How many times I told one, let me tell you something.
What you did in Tampa.
I said, how many times I told you, I said, big fella, kiss my ass.
What you did in Tampa.
I'm from Florida with you.
Yes.
The last thing, I'd rather not even play in the NFL. That's how we felt in Florida.
By Tampa.
I do not want to play
anywhere but Tampa.
Anywhere
but Tampa.
I'll play anywhere. If it's got to be Tampa, I don't even want to play in the NFL.
I don't want to play in the NFL.
I said, big fella, I don't know how you went to Tampa and turned Tampa around. Ain't nobody wanted to go nowhere near Tampa.
Nowhere.
And you did it. It's a hell of an accomplishment, man. You changed.
Hey, man.
Changed the landscape.
I had a couple of hard brothers with me.
Yeah.
You know how you had your triplets?
Yeah.
I had my triplet. Because it was me, Brooks, and Lynch.
Right.
And we played to a standard on our side of the ball.
And made sure everybody upheld that standard. Hey, listen, I like you, brother. I like you. But now if you don't put a standard, I'm going to get your ass out of here.
You got to go.
Because I'm going to tell you something. When I told you, every one of them dudes that came by me and said, hey, Mike, man, come on, we don't do this. Pick up that check on Sunday. Pick up that check on Tuesday. Pick up the check on Tuesday.
Go.
When Jimmy came that following year, like he told me he was,
go.
In our culture, we do this thing with, I don't snitch. I ain't no punk. I ain't no chump. I ain't snitching. I ain't no snitch. Dude, I raised my hand like, remember Welcome Back Carter and Horseshack? Ooh, yeah, I was raising my hand with Jimmy. He got to go. He got to go. That dude right there, he got to go. All of them got to go. I was telling on him like, hey, I'm a snitch. Your asses got to go. I ain't gonna win no Super Bowls with y'all. Get your asses out of here.
Go.
Let's go. And Jimmy was getting rid of him.
We
can be friends.
No, very good friends. You can't help me win. You gotta go.
You gotta go. And that was
we're the bottom line business.
That's
it. At the end of the game,
no
matter where you go or somebody see you, the first thing they ask, did you win?
Right.
I don't give a damn about how many first down catches.
No, that's it.
Did you win? That's the question.
And I said, okay, I can't do it.
No, I can't do it.
Boy, I can't do it. And we started getting rid of
it.
We started getting rid of it.
That is.
And it changed.
Well, here it is. Michael Irvin, I want to thank you for coming, sitting down with me, brother, and having a good time and sharing all of
Always
this
great
thing.
to talk with you, big fella. Always great to talk with you, big fella.
The Playmaker, Michael Irvin, y'all.